Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So in today's video we are heading out to Lazybones Boot Fair, and yeah, so I am actually filming this on the same day as the last boot fair video, which we went to the normal Sunday boot fair. I have to say I absolutely love some of the bits that I picked up from Dan. So I had, these are some bits that I'd been sort of negotiating with him for a little while. So yeah, really glad to finally get them. Absolutely loving the fact that I managed to get some more GameCube games. And I have to say that Pikachu 3DS mount, that was something he actually picked up when he was on holiday. And yeah, I was absolutely over the moon when he turned around and said that he wanted to do a trade for that for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So yeah, really chuffed. And then we also got the Call of Duty special edition early on in the day. I did go back a couple of times to try and negotiate down the Call of Duty Ghosts that he had, but he just wanted too close to eBay price. He wouldn't budge down any lower. And then I was actually walking around with Nicky, who we've picked up a couple of bits from. He turned around and said, well, just flip a coin. Heads you buy it, tails you leave it. And we both ended up flipping the coin at the same time, and they both landed on tails. So it was pretty much a definitive, okay, we won't be picking that up then. But yeah, so I'm hoping that Lazybones is going to be a bit more normal than the last Sunday boot fair, because of the weather. It was extremely quiet there from a seller's perspective. So yeah, fingers crossed we can do quite well here. I'm actually hoping that John is going to be here. So John from the market has started coming to Lazybones, which is where I actually originally met him. But last time I was here, he said that he was going to start doing this a lot more regularly. So I'm hoping that he's going to be here today, because there's a couple of bits that I've been speaking to him about for a little while now. And I tried texting him a couple of weeks ago, didn't get a response. So I'm hoping that he'll be here today, and that I can come to a deal on these bits, because there's one thing in particular that he's got that I want, and I'm desperate to get it in the collection. So yeah. So I'm going to get parked up, get all set up, and then yeah, we'll see what we can find. How much, sorry?
£2.
You getting them?
No, which one do you want?
All right, I'll have them both if you don't want them.
Well, let me check one.
Go on. You all right if I get that one then?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just checking all of them.
There you go.
Lovely.
All right.
Hey there, mate, you alright? Good?
Yeah, good. You?
Something, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go on.
How do you find out what print is it? You know, they come in some years, isn't it?
So.
Sorry for that.
No, that's all right.
I do subscribe you, so you know.
Yeah, I know. And people just like.
Right.
I know you know about this.
So,
I did think about
so normally there's a number line on here, 50. There you go.
50.
So it's 50th edition.
Oh, that's it.
So
It's quite far, isn't it?
you're not going to find a first edition one of them at the
Yeah,
boot
or
fair.
Ford or anything like this, yeah. They don't have any editions, isn't it? These ones.
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't normally look at those ones.
Yeah.
How much you got any games?
they're £2.
Do £1 on it?
No, I've only decided it's got to be too quick, mate. Sorry.
Thank you, mate. Thank
No
you.
props. Speak to you in a bit.
Yeah, don't forget, one is a special edition, is it?
Yeah, I was just looking.
Yeah, I know. I thought that before I put it out. So come back at the end. You see whether
Yeah, that's all right. I'll probably only be here about another half hour or an hour. No probs.
No worries.
It's just it goes to 250 at CEX, so.
Oh, does it? Go on,
yeah.
then have it for £1.
Yeah, is that
I'm
right?
feeling generous. Yeah.
Well, is
I want
that
to take it home.
because there's a Y in the day?
I've got it.
Got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that one. And it's all gone
Thanks, darling. Do you want that dress?
Right, 2 sets, mate. There you go.
Thank you, darling.
All right, cheers. What's that, mate? Yeah, mate. Calvin, grab that one at the bottom for me.
This one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I touched your foot now, Jake.
Really? You wouldn't have even known about it if I hadn't pointed out to you.
No, I bought Fully on PS2, innit?
Yeah. Right. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think I've got that actually. That's alright, I'm just trying to get along and have a look.
Like I said, if you've got Pokemon or Digimon cards, you can see.
Have a look at the Pokemon.
This is only a fraction of what I've got. I've got about another 1,000 cards at home. How much are your games, mate?
I need you to do me a favour, love,
It's early
because I
days.
haven't got much signal where I am. I need you to go on the laptop and check the secure wizard, but I'll talk you through how to get to it, yeah?
That's a good game.
Well, yeah. Still sealed as
Can you
well.
hear me? Yeah, expedition.
I'm having those two, mate.
Those two. £1.50 for both.
150 for both. Yeah, you go on, I'll have them.
On the tabs at the top, further back in the corner, it will say like access,
The original's on there.
something like that.
What about those two as well, mate?
I'll do £2.50 for the
Yeah,
lot.
top
Two
right,
lot, yeah.
a red
Perfect.
arrow with a circle in it. It says access.
There you go, mate.
Make fair offer. I never like to start. So what was paid for? I sold one of these the other day for £30. For you, I'm happy to go 20.
What are they, like Pokemon
Yeah,
DVDs?
it's like, yeah, they're like a freebie from.
All the
No worries, mate.
these are the what are they called?
They're rock trainers.
Yeah, no, the actual set itself. I can't remember what it's called. Like Genesis or something like that, or Gym Heroes.
Yeah, Jim
That's the
Heroes,
one.
That's the one.
There we go.
Is that the only Pokemon one that was in there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, oh mate, you're touching on this now for me as well.
Yeah.
More than welcome to have a look. I've got
sorry, mate,
if you use eBay or things like that, or if you're local, as I was saying to this gentleman here, I've got about another 1,000 cards at home, all ranging from prices. My most expensive one is anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000, but I'm getting that sent away. And that's the one we're not sure on. We've got a first
one is
edition
it?
Pikachu.
Okay.
Mint. And if it's done right, auction it can go for about 15 grand.
Good luck, man. I hope you get it.
Cheers, man.
I sold them one when I was about 12 for 50p. That includes all of them, like.
Let's show them that, mate.
That's a beautiful
50p
card.
for you.
50p, yeah.
It's that mark on that as well.
They're all 50p in the book.
Yeah, that one would have been more expensive.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't.
Because that's at its lowest condition price.
Yeah.
Because I saw that was gutted, but once again, this is the worst quality of my folders. We have
Shut
got
the
folders
phone in
that
the car,
held
man.
all our master ones.
You've got a big bulk set of with the Gym Heroes. I'll happily buy them because I'm all back to the Gym Heroes.
Drop me a message on
Yeah.
on eBay and just tell me what
See
you're
these
after.
ones?
This
Can
is
they
one
play
of
an
those things
Xbox
that I
One?
can do a
Anything to anything.
bulk price
Some do,
and
some don't. There's no guarantee that it will.
Around the house, and we'll cut out the old price.
Yeah.
We do it in cash.
Crazy tax, so.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, always.
And equally on eBay, if you want to take mine as well, I've got a lot of what I would class as still the original cards, but they're only 50 to 75p a piece. And of course, if you're local, thank you very much, my friend.
Alright.
50p change.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I've got
you've
four.
got 4. You've got 4.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. An honest man. I appreciate it.
No, it's alright.
Jack and Jones one's £6 each. Look at this.
John, watch them, mate.
That's why I'm standing here.
Huh?
That's why I'm standing here.
Yeah, but you're getting condensation under the screen because of the sun beating down on it.
Yeah, even
Underneath.
thinking about Christmas.
Lean them up there if you can, just so they're out of the sun. Yeah, custom.
What are those two Jackie Jones?
£6 each.
I've got.
Alright.
Later.
There you go. Proper genuine wee. That's the wee too. Or the wee wee wee.
£5, eh? I used to have one back in the day though.
I've got two. One I bought off him.
Alright.
That's actually my
Do 10.
12.
Huh?
That's well.
Yeah.
It's only because it's you. I might know it for anybody else.
Right. I'm missing it, so. There you go, mate.
Mario, look, they're quite nice, aren't they?
Oh, that's not bad for them.
That's what I was thinking.
You looking at them?
No, mate, you're the collector. I just thought they were quite cheap.
They are very cheap.
I didn't know if it was the same.
Yeah.
Tool. They look nice as well, don't they? What's that Pokemon?
Yeah, just albums. I suppose I've got another one of them at home. I can always change it out if need be. Yeah, I'm buying them. Just watch that lot sec for us.
What them ones?
They're not. They're the ones that I want.
Oh,
Fuck it, I'll take it out of the money for tomorrow. John. Two Mario and Luigi controllers.
£10 each.
£10 each.
Yeah, I'm not arguing on that. I'll argue with him for most things, but
Yeah, I can do. Until I can get space to actually start putting the stuff out. I've got the game with it. They've got the game. You can source the game if you're interested.
yeah, what do you want for it?
Oh. Well, I don't even know what they go for. With the game, I was looking for 15. But that's out of just sure off the top of my head without looking. But I know obviously now that he's retired and everything, it's going to be more of a source factor. But
Let's do 5 in that condition.
yeah, so in the box, isn't it?
Right.
There's a box. The wrestlers,
Thank you.
I was looking for 150 for the box. No, not the mark, not the, well, all the other ones, but not those ones. Those ones are going to do a collection.
right, fair enough.
There you go, mate.
Change.
Cheers.
Change.
Okay, so that is going to wrap up our trip to Lazybones for today. And yeah, we've got quite a good mix of things here actually. Some of which I was actually really surprised at once I got it home. So let's dive straight in, and first off I'm going to get these ones out the way. So first off we got another Pikachu plush. This is going to get added to the Weiss Pikachu collection. We paid 50p for that. And looking this one up online, because obviously it is official Pokemon as well, looking it up online, it go for about £15 on eBay. So yeah, not too bad there. And then in addition to the Pikachu, I also picked up a big Squirtle as well. What I didn't realise until I got home was that there was actually a big rip in the tail, and all the stuff in has come out of the tail. But luckily it's not affected anything else. That one we paid 50p for that as well, and these go for about £25 on eBay, but obviously with that damage it wouldn't do. And then Then we get into the games. So the first games for today are a couple of DS games. No, they're not. We've got one more extra little bit to go through. Sorry, my tablet has gone. There you go. And this was another one that really surprised me. So I saw it, it looked cool, thought I'd pick it up. And this is the 8-bit Princess Peach figurine. So this is from World of Nintendo. We paid £1 for this one. It's brand new sealed, just got a bit of marking on, a bit of sticker residue on the front. And then there is quite a big fold in the top part. But these go for about £35 on eBay. I was really surprised at that. I don't think I would get £35 if I was to sell it in this condition. But yeah, it's something completely different. And yeah, I wouldn't expected it to go for that amount of money. So now we'll dive into the games. And the first set of games that we've got is a couple of DS games. And the first one we've got is FIFA 10. So picked it up. Haven't got this one in the collection. I think we've got a couple of the FIFA Streets, but not too sure what we've got with regards to the actual FIFAs. This one picked it up for £1. It goes for £2.50 at CEX, £7 on eBay, and it is complete as well, which is really good. And then in addition to that, we also picked up New Super Mario Bros. Doesn't have the manual, unfortunately, but I will say that the case for this one of the reasons that I picked it up was the case and the cover art is actually in slightly better condition than the one I already had in the collection. So that's why I grabbed that. Paid £3 for that one. Goes for £18 at CEX and £9 on eBay. Next up, we picked up a Wii game. And this is actually a game that I wouldn't have expected would actually play on the Wii. And that is Bully Scholarship Edition. So this was the Scholarship Edition is quite a unique one, because in the UK this was actually called Canis Cayman Edit. Because there was people within the UK that thought Bully was a horrible title and it encouraged school bullying and all of that jazz. But yeah, the Scholarship Edition did actually get renamed back to Bully. But yeah, I saw this on the Wii. Didn't know it had actually come out on the Wii before, and yeah, decided to pick it up. And actually saying that, playing it, it wasn't actually too bad. So the way you play it is that you move around using the nunchuck, and then everything else is done on the Wiimote. So yeah, it was an interesting one. I haven't played it for too long, basically because actually I think when I was capturing the footage for it, I only got about 5 minutes into it, because as soon as I walked into the school, the game crashed. Don't know whether it was a disc or I think the Wii console that I was using to capture the footage was a bit dodgy. So yeah, I'll probably get it booted up on another Wii, get the disc checked. If not, we'll run it through the disc restore. But we paid 75p for that. It goes for £4 at CEX, £6 on eBay. So before we carry on, you would have noticed there have been a couple of sort of jump cuts so far in the video. That is because I am still feeling absolutely god-awful. As you can hear, my voice is just about hanging on. So yeah, there'll probably be quite a few sort of cuts as I'm going through, just because I'm probably going into coughing fits. But that's the only reason why. But I didn't want to leave the videos any longer. Obviously, it's that week between Christmas and New Year, so really wanted to get back to it. So yeah, just ask that you bear with me. So the next game that we've got, I think actually this comes from the same seller as Bully, and that is Onimusha Warlords. So this is on the PS2. It is complete. I actually thought this was quite an interesting one. So once again, didn't play it for too long, but probably if I was to describe it, best way would be is that it is Resident Evil with samurais. So the gameplay is very much sort of fixed camera angle, tank controls, and yeah, it just reminded me of the sort of original Resident Evil games because of that. I will say what I have played of it, probably only played about sort of 10 minutes into the story. But yeah, it seemed really, really interesting. Definitely one I'm going to sort of pick up and play when I've got a bit more time. But yeah, so paid 75p for that one. Goes for £2.50 at CEX and £8 on eBay. Then next up, picked up a couple of books. So I tend to pick these up whenever I see them. And there are a couple of Pokemon annuals. So the first one we've got is Pokemon Annual 2002. And then we also picked up the Pokemon Advanced Annual for 2005 as well. So the 2002 annual, we paid 50p for both of them. 2002 goes for about £5 on eBay, and 2005 goes for about £3.50 on eBay. But yeah, I tend to pick these up whenever I see them. I think I've got about 3 or 4 now. Probably close to sort of 5 or 6 now with these. But yeah, whenever I see anything like this, I do always pick them up. Then what do we got? Next up, we've got a PS3 game. So this is a game that I've seen loads of, but never actually really played it. And I have to say, it was quite an interesting one to play. And that is The Darkness. So as I say, it's on the PS3. I think I have got this on the Xbox 360 as well. But this was the first time I'd actually had a chance to play it. Graphics, I think, looked really, really good for the time. Gameplay, I thought, was really good. What I did struggle with was it was I found it very difficult to get into the story. It just seemed to... didn't really feel that there was any build-up. It just literally sort of like bang, 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 bang. And you just didn't really get a chance to appreciate the different elements within the story. And then you're already moving on to the next one. But as I say, it is a good game. Definitely one that I'd like to sort of put a bit more time in. I would say this is actually one that I would love to see a modern remake of. I think that would be... it would make a really, really good game on something like the PS4, PS5. But yeah, we paid £1 for The Darkness. Goes for £2.50 at CEX and £5 on eBay. So next up, we've got something, once again, something a bit different actually. So not something I've really picked up before. But we have got something else similar to this. And we've got the Super Mario Deluxe Blue Mansion playset. It doesn't have any figures or anything like that with it. But, yeah, this is a similar sort of thing to the Bowser Castle that we picked up. I think it was at the Maidstone Market when we went out. And actually, when I picked this up, I did actually pick up another castle as well. Originally, I was debating probably flipping that. But I will admit, I haven't done anything with it yet. But yeah, I saw this. Obviously, I didn't have a version of this, so decided to pick it up. Paid £2 for it. Actually, in this condition with no figures, goes for about £30 on eBay. So yeah, that was a really, really good pickup. Then next up, we've got a PS4 game this time, and it's actually Mortal Kombat X. So yeah, I haven't got too many of the Mortal Kombat games. It was a series that I played sort of on and off when I was younger. But for me, Street Fighter 2 was more the game that I played. And yeah, just never really picked up any of the Mortal Kombat since. I will say, playing this was absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed playing this. I think from sort of Mortal Kombat X onwards is when the fatalities got a lot better. The graphics were so much there was so much improvement in the graphics, and yeah, just really, really enjoyed it. What I think the big problem that I did have with this was, as I was playing it, the controls just seemed to just constantly favour sort of jumping all the time. So even if I was sort of just pressing straight left or right, the character was constantly trying to jump all the time, and yeah, I just didn't think the controls were as precise as I'd expect them to be. And I think the only other sort of negative, I thought that sometimes the difficulty on it was probably a bit OTT, especially in the sort of the early stages. But yeah, that wasn't a massive thing for me. I enjoy fighting games, and yeah, I think it's a good game. It's definitely one that I'll put some more time into, but once again, still not my favourite. It's definitely not knocked off any of the other sort of top fighting games that I like to play. So for Mortal Kombat, we paid £2 for that one. Goes for £8 at CEX and £6 on eBay. Then we picked up another Pokemon item. This is the Pokemon CD-ROM. This was a freebie that was given away with the Daily Express, I believe. I will be honest, I have no clue what's on this, because when I went to put it in my PC, it said that it needed QuickTime to run it. I don't have QuickTime running on my computer, so yeah, I haven't been able to have a look at this properly yet. But yeah, it was something a bit different. It was Pokemon, so decided to pick it up. Paid 50p for it. Looking it up online, they go for about £3 on eBay. The next game that we've got is an Xbox 360 game, actually, and that is Infernal Hell's Vengeance. Now, this was a very frustrating one, because visually it was an amazing game. Looked really, really good. But as I was sort of fighting through the first level, run out of ammo, and just could not work out how to get any more ammo. Couldn't find any drops as I was sort of walking through. I was killing sort of waves and waves of NPCs. Didn't get any more ammo, and yeah, it was just a real frustrating experience because, as I say, it looks stunning. And even just the controls were really good, the gameplay just seemed really good. Just not knowing how to get the ammo, just got to the point where I was like, there's not really any point, and that's when I sort of gave it up. So yeah, a bit disappointed with that. Probably going to have a look into sort of what I was doing wrong, because guarantee you it's me, not the game. So paid 50p for that. Goes for £4 at CEX, £6 on eBay. Next up, we've got Warriors of Might and Magic. So actually, since picking this up and doing the gameplay footage, I've actually seen a lot of people talking about it, and how it is, a lot of people think it's a god-awful game, and to a certain point I can agree. I will say, as I was playing through it, it very much made me feel like playing Soul Reaver, but yeah, I didn't get too far in it. It just wasn't my sort of game, but yeah, it was one that I wanted to pick up. I saw it, wanted to pick it up, wanted to give it a go, but yeah, probably not one that I'm going to put a lot more time into, which is a bit of a shame. But paid 50p for it. Goes for £2 at CEX, £5 on eBay. So next up, we've got another PS2 game, and this one is actually called Portal Runner. So yeah, I saw the cover of it. It looked really interesting, but what I didn't realise until I actually put it in and played it, it's actually part of the Army Men series. Nothing on the front, nothing on the back gives you sort of any inclination that it's actually part of that that franchise. But yeah, it is, and I have to say, both the controls and the camera on this were probably, what's the best way to say it, the worst that I've ever played on a PS2 game. Yeah, it just was, it really ruined the game, I thought. I'll be honest, I've played a couple of the Army Men games, never really got into them, but yeah, this was particularly bad. As I say, the controls and the camera were just terrible on it. Did not enjoy this in the slightest, which was really disappointing. But yeah, it was a cheap game, so yeah, it wasn't too bad. So paid 50p for it. Goes for £2 at CEX, £6 on eBay. And then the last PS2 game that I picked up from the same seller was Ridge Racer 5. So Ridge Racer games are absolutely brilliant. You pretty much know what you're getting as soon as you put it in, and this one was no different. Thoroughly enjoyed playing this. I definitely sort of played it for quite a while. Paid 50p for it. Goes for £4 at CEX, £6 on eBay. Then, staying with PlayStation, but something a bit different again, is a new light. So this is the PlayStation symbol light. I've been eyeing these up for quite a while, but didn't want to pay the sort of 15 to 20 quid that they go for. So yeah, quite happy to sort of get this. Ended up picking it up for £1, which was really good. In sort of this sort of condition, they go for about £12 on eBay. And yeah, what I am looking to do is just sort of put it right there in front of the PS5 games. Yeah, right in front of the PS5 and the PS4 games. So next up, I've actually got another Xbox 360 game, but this one it's a special edition. And yeah, there was the stall that I bought the DS games off. This guy pulled this out. He was like, I was like, oh, what do you want for that? He ended up chucking him an offer of £5, and he accepted. Didn't have a clue what it was, never seen it before, but just thought I would pick it up. And that is WWF 2K14. This is the Undertaker Phantom Edition. So yeah, knew nothing about it. Once you open it up, you've got a tin inside, and then there's a couple of other bits in there. Didn't have, basically it was just the box, the tin and everything else. Didn't have the game, and I think it's missing a sort of controller skin. So it's basically a sticker that you can put over your controller. It's missing those. So in this condition, as I say, we paid £5 for it. Looking it up online, it goes for about £50. But if we had the game, we'll be looking at about £150. So it didn't really make a lot of sense to not then go and get the game. So I paid £3.75 for the game online, and basically I'm going to put it inside and essentially make it as close to complete as I'm going to be able to, because as I say, I am still missing the controller skin. But yeah, it's something different. As I say, there isn't any gameplay for this because we do have a rule on the channel where I don't play any of the wrestling games because I just think they're awful. So yeah, that is just going to get added straight into the collection. And then finally, just before we left the boot fair, I actually caught up with John, who was in the process of, he'd set up, and I was having a look at a couple of bits that he had. And a couple of bits that he had that I actually really glad to add into the collection. First one is actually going to be a Switch game, and it is Pokemon Sword. So for those of you that saw my 2024 aims video, I think that was last week, one of the aims that I had left over from 2023 was to get all of the Pokemon games on the Switch. And this was one of the games that I was missing. So yeah, I sort of cheated the fact that I already had it, but said that I didn't. So yeah, now I've got both Sword and Shield. I think there's only 4 Pokemon games now that we're missing on the Switch to have the full set. So we ended up paying £12 for that. Goes for £30 at CEX and £23 on eBay. So yeah, got a banging deal on that. Really chuffed with that. And then these next two I'm going to do together because I've actually seen these on his stall sort of for months now. He's had them at both the market and the boot fair. and to be honest, I just grabbed them. There was no negotiation or anything like that. I just literally paid what he was asking for them. And that is a couple of Wii U battle pads. But we've got the Mario and we've got the Luigi. So they're in the box. They are loose in the box. There's no sort of packaging within the box or anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to pick them up. And to be quite honest, it's quite good to actually have a couple of proper controllers to use with the Wii U. And yeah, so paid £10 each for these. The Mario controller goes for £18 at CEX and £25 on eBay. The Luigi one goes for £15 at CEX and £40 on eBay. I was really shocked at that one. Obviously, not a lot of people bought the Luigi one. They all opted for the Mario one. And yeah, that is going to wrap it up for today. So before my voice completely gives out, let's quickly run through the totals. So our total spend today was £57.75. If we bought everything we could from CEX, we'd be looking at a total price of £112.50. And if we got everything from eBay, we'd be looking at £430.50. So yeah, some really good pickups there. Some ones that I'm definitely looking forward to getting added into the collection. But yeah, with that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye!